Are you skinny or are you fat? Do you need to bulk up or do you need to cut? Should you focus on building muscle or losing weight? Better, healthier, overall, more muscular looking physique, then I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And we're going to do that in 3 phases so that you can conceptually understand how this is going to work and you can take it and apply it to your life immediately. So let's go straight into phase 1. You're skinny fat, and now you need to decide, should you bulk or should you cut? Well, I'm going to tell you that you need to start bulking. And this period of bulking is going to take 6 to 12 months. You're going to focus on getting as strong as you can, focus on compound lifts in the gym, such as squats, pull-ups, deadlifts, overhead barbell press, all the things that are going to work your entire body so that you build a really strong and good foundation before you start doing isolated types of lifts. In terms of protein, you should focus on eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I prefer to use 1 gram of protein per pound of lean muscle mass. I feel that's more relevant. For someone who is skinny fat and has high body fat percentage, you may not be able to know exactly what your body fat percentage is and how much lean muscle mass you have. Probably don't have a lot of lean muscle mass. So eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is really going to ensure that you're eating sufficient protein, but you're probably eating excessive protein as well. If you're not able to reach that number, don't feel bad about it. Just try your best to consume that amount. Now, the reason I want you to focus on building muscle is because you're probably in a very unique position. You probably haven't worked out for years, probably longer, or it's possible that you're coming back from an injury. And so you're in a unique position to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. But because you haven't worked out in many, many years and you have a high body fat percentage, as you continue to lift and put on muscle, you're going to develop a better physique. As you increase your muscle tissue, your overall body composition is going to change. You're going to have higher lean muscle mass, which in turn is going to bring your body fat percentage down. That's just how the math works, okay? That's just simple math, but you will also be able to burn fat while you're working out and use those fats to fuel your workouts and to also build on muscle tissue. The next thing that I want you to really think about is how much sleep you're getting, because you want to maximize your rest time. When you're sleeping, that's when your body helps to recover your muscle tissue, helps to repair the muscles, helps to produce growth hormone, helps to produce all the things that you need to help your muscles develop properly. This bulking period should go on for 6 to 12 months, after which we're going to enter phase 2. And when phase 2 starts, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to see that you're looking so much fuller. Your clothes might be getting tight, your body fills out your t-shirt better, you have an overall better physique, but in this process you may have put on some body fat. And you may not like the way the body fat looks, but for someone who's skinny fat, just at this point, you're going to already be looking much better that you may not notice the fat on your body as much. Now in phase 2, assuming that you've gone up in weight, 15 to 25 pounds because of all the muscle tissue that you've gained, it's time to cut down to 10 to 13% body fat. The reason I say 10 to 13 is there's a very specific reason for it, because I want to get you to a place where you're able to stay within a 10 to 15% body fat range while you bulk up a little and cut a little bit. And this range is going to help you maximize your muscle gain while keeping your fat gain to a limited amount. Now, how are you going to do phase 2? You're going to continue to lift really heavy, try to maintain your strength as much as possible as you can. You're going to maintain that strength as you continue to cut, but week to week, what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel weaker. And that's normal because you're eating less, you're losing a bit of weight, your body can't maintain the strength that it was doing while you were eating enough calories to bulk. And so week to week, as you get weaker, what is most important is that you continue to push yourself as hard as you were during the first phase. So that's the key thing here, is that you got to continue pushing yourself to failure. Even if the weights get lighter, if you push yourself to failure, you will be stressing your muscles out enough so that your body holds on to it. If you do not train harder in that sense, then your body is going to think it doesn't need the muscle and you're going to lose some of that in the process of cutting. On top of that, you're going to eat the same amount of protein. You're going to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and you're going to make sure that you continue to get good sleep so that your body can recover and rest well and continue to produce all the growth hormone and repair and muscle recovery that you need so that you can continue to successfully train 3 times a week at minimum. Now we're going to move on to phase 3. You've been on a cut and you're looking in the mirror and you look so freaking good. You see all your muscles are shredded. You can see all your biceps, your shoulders, everything is popping, and you're super happy with how you look. Now we're at the point where you can start to focus on what the long-term approach is going to be for you. And instead of bulking and cutting, I'm going to suggest to you that you focus on building muscle and keeping your body fat down. So what I'm going to suggest to you is to focus on what we call main gaining. What that means is you're going to eat your maintenance calories while continuing to push yourself to get stronger in the gym. And once you hit those plateaus where you can't get stronger, that's when you increase your calories ever so slightly. The purpose and objective of this is for you to build muscle at a slow and steady pace without putting on too much size where you put on body fat at the same time. So this process can be a really slow, drawn out process. People can stay in this phase for years if they're doing it successfully, where they just continue to eat the same way they normally would, and they just focus on getting a little bit stronger in the gym each time, and you will notice that you'll become more and more muscular while also staying lean, and your weight is going to go up at a very slow and steady pace. This is the approach that I recommend for you, but if you don't want to do this, then you can also consider bulking up to 15% body fat. And the reason I say 15% body fat is because if you go over 15%, then instead of putting on more muscle than fat, you will start to put on equal amounts of muscle and fat. And if you continue to go higher in your body fat percentage, you start to put on more fat than muscle. And the whole point of what we're doing is to build as much muscle as we can while reducing the amount of body fat that we put on. Now for protein, you're going to continue to do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight as you were doing before. With sleep, you're going to continue to sleep well and make sure that you're getting enough sleep so that you're repairing and recovering and healing well. And at this point, this should become a lifestyle change for you, and you should be living a much healthier lifestyle while having a dream physique or a much better physique than you had when you first started this journey. Now, when you're in phase 3, I want you to think about how are you going to keep track of not overeating while also building muscle. Now, in phase 3, there's 2 things that you should be really paying attention to. One is how quickly you're gaining weight, meaning when you gain muscle, you're going to gain weight because muscle is heavier than fat. So you're going to gain weight. Okay, so let's do a really quick recap here. Phase 1, bulk up, gain muscle, gain as much muscle as you can, gain as much strength as you can, focus on compound lifts, eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Phase number 2, cut down to 10 to 13% body fat, eat the same amount of protein, get the same amount of sleep, focus on maintaining your strength even though you're going to get weaker, and make sure you push yourself in the gym to failure every time you go. So if you can do 12 reps, try to push it to 14 or 15. Try to dig really, really deep so that you hit another 1 or 2 reps at least. And then phase 3, try to stay within the range of 10 to 15% body fat. So once you get up to 15%, you want to make sure that you start to dial it back a bit and cut down to 13 or 12 or 11% body fat again. Continue to build muscle and keep your fat percentage down. As your strength stalls, increase your calories ever so slightly so that you can start increasing your strength in the gym. Don't increase calories too much. That's the whole key of long-term sustainability of building muscle. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next video.